This episode, the gun episode, I'm going to do some target practice with my new Smith & Wesson 9mm, whatever it is, just a pistol I could shoot. So there's the target. Let me zoom in. And one thing I like to do is I like to shoot half inch. Get right here, and I want to see if I can shoot a bullseye right in between here, or see how close I can get. I think that's just 7 yards right here, or let's see here, or 3 yards. So let me have some fun first, okay? Strap it to my chest. It's been a while since I've done this, and let's see if I can do this. So it's empty. We got 10 rounds here. All I'm going to do is 10 rounds. Let's see if it works. This is the first time I've ever shot this. I hold it up and see how it goes. Just stay there, not leaning on anything. Well, let me test out here. Hold on, I'm going to duck down. First shot, and wow, it's pretty darn accurate. Okay, here goes nothing. Got 9 bullets left. Let's see what I can do. Try a mixed 10 rounds here. shot this gun. That was my range here. First sight. It's all over the place. As I get used to holding the better, it's a lot better. So let me mark this. I'm just going to go all 15 yards. I don't know. Get out to 7 yards to see where it goes. know what it is, but it's different. Different than my revolver, but shooting on this, but not bad. A little different. Get used to holding onto the a different grip with the pistol. One more target here. Alright, this one I'm going to go all the way 15 yards. I'm just going to have some fun. We got more options. Pretty much all I'm going to do. So shooting pistol is different than shooting a revolver. Seems to be a lot more moving parts when it recoils. It's a target, I mean, there's no doubt about it. It takes a while to get warmed up to it. You know, practice makes perfect. So it's my last 10 rounds here. I'm just going to go have some fun. Okay. I'm going to go for the middle one here. Go all for the middle one. I'm not going to go for the sides here, but let's see here how far I can do it. My last round, my last 10. There we go. My last 10 rounds, I was going for this one in particular, and these are my two closest ones. The rest of them are kind of low, but if you're aiming at a body, that's where it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all I count. I don't know where the other 4 went. Anyways, cut out here and I'll do a review of on the Smithson Wesson here. This is taking a gun. So, alright, let me cut out and come back in. Hello everyone, welcome back. Alright, I cut in, and after going to the range, this is the first time I ever owned a pistol. As you know, I've owned a revolver, and after shooting in the range, and just 50 rounds, nothing, I don't want to be too excessive. I just wanted to get an idea and a feeling, and this is for the Smith & Wesson SD9 VE, which I don't know what that means, but from what I understand, it's very similar to the Glock. It was cheaper than the Glock. You know, I'm not looking for anything super expensive. I just need something that I feel basically can protect me, which would be almost pretty much any handgun. But this was the least expensive, so I did shoot it at the range. And my experience is that it's a little different. A lot of moving parts. You know, I think it's just something I have to get used to, and then the feel and weight changes as you use your bullets, because the bullets, the clips would go in here, and the balance does change. So it's a little different. I have to get used to how to grip the handle, and I have to admit it's I wouldn't say it's not as accurate. I mean, it shoots. I could hit a let me see, 8 by whatever, 8 by 10 or 8 by 11, basically your letter paper, at least at 7 yards. I don't know about 15 yards. When I was shooting at the 15 yards, I definitely hit the larger target. I mean, you could definitely hit some part of the body if you at 15 yards, but I couldn't do anything like I could do with the revolver. So there is a little difference, but what I did like about the pistol is that I can load up to 16. As you see here, 16 rounds. I really can't get to the last one, so what I end up doing is I just load it and then have one in the chamber, and then I pull it out, put another one back in, giving me at least 16. Theoretically, I guess you could have 17 rounds in here, but I can't with my bare hands, not yet anyway. I don't know to put in a full 16 into the clip. So anyways, what I did like about it is that, yeah, you could have more rounds, and of course these are 9 millimeters. I did want something that could stop someone, but not necessarily you know, fatally kill someone. So my point is, I want to stop someone, but I don't want to really kill anybody. That's my point. I'm not you know, I'm not into killing people. But I didn't. What I should have done is I should have had a chance to shoot with my left hand. That's the original reason why I actually got this size with this particular round, the smaller rounds, 9 millimeter. So I can, for any reason, if I had to, shoot with my left hand. And I should practice that, because you never know in a situation where you have to use your left hand for whatever reason. So I should do that next when I go into the round. My original intent was actually to have, believe it or not, to have two guns with me, the revolver and the pistol. This was actually originally intended to be strapped to my left side, so I can take this out with my left hand. But as I was getting used to the weight, it is tremendously lighter than the Rossi revolver, and so I kind of just said, wow, you know, that's quite it's quite an advantage to be lighter. I didn't feel so heavy, and so I decided just go ahead, just, you know, I do. Sometimes you do get a little over paranoid. I have to admit, if I had to carry two guns with me, that might be a little overkill for you know, just everyday things. But sometimes you feel really paranoid. There's just days, you know, I just feel really paranoid, and you know, just having an extra handgun, especially with my revolver, the revolver's, I have to say, really accurate. Not a lot of moving parts. The weight of it stays the same, and so I feel like when I shoot with the revolver, it's more consistent in where I hit, versus the pistol, which is has a lot of moving parts. The weight changes as the bullets, the rounds, you know, get, I guess, dispersed or shot through, or whatever. But the nice thing is that you can load more rounds, and as I was shooting at the range, I did notice that, you know, when you it really takes, I guess, for these rounds, smaller rounds, the 9mm, you know, I've heard that these, you know, they can stop someone, but maybe not necessarily kill anyone. So, but the thing is, because it's a pistol, you may not necessarily need one shot to stop someone. You can take several shots, if need be, to incapacitate someone. So, and you know, if you ever get in a, I guess, situation, I've never been in that situation, but you know, I only loaded 10 rounds when I went to the range, and they go quick. You don't think 10 rounds go quick, but they do. So you kind of have to be, I guess you can get a little trigger happy. That's the only thing I have to worry about. If I ever had to use this, I don't want to overdo it, because there's other people around, and you definitely don't want to inadvertently shoot other people. That's not your intended target. So overall, I am happy with this. It does serve its purpose, which is it shoots a bullet. I was able to hit a target within a good range, up to 7 yards. When it gets down to 15 yards, it's not as accurate as I want it to be, like within a 8x10. You know, basically a piece of paper, 8x10 paper. It's a little bit all over the place, but I think I can hit a target. But again, not as accurate as the revolver. But I think this is more ideal, maybe in in an overall situation, more rounds, uh, or you're going to be possibly shooting more smaller 9mm, again, just to stop someone, not necessarily kill anyone. But what I did like about it is that the holster that I have here, and this is my holster with my belt, is, and this is, again, you know, I got this real cheap. It's nothing extravagant or that great, but it does carry another extra clip right here, if you can see that. And I'm able to utilize it. I use the same one for my revolver here, and it did all right. You know, I can only carry 6 rounds, but you know, a 357 round versus a 9mm round, it's quite a bit of difference. But instead of carrying just 6 rounds with the revolver, I'm able to carry up to at least 30 rounds. With an extra clip that it came with. It did come with an extra clip. And so with the extra clip and the clip in the gun, and the gun itself in here was lighter than the revolver, and you know, it kind of does help. It was more comfortable. The pistol itself was smaller than the revolver, so it was comfortable in that way. You know, I spent almost a year in with the pistol, not the pistol, but the revolver, wearing this just to get used to it, and you know, I even fell asleep. I went to bed with it, strapped this around my waist, and just to, I don't know what to say, just to prepare myself, I guess. And now that I've pretty much gotten used to that way, walking around with this all the time and being smaller was, it felt much lighter. And so, anyways, overall, I'm happy with it. I mean, the price was maybe about $300 new. I got this at Academy. You know, it's not, you know, I never shot another pistol. Well, I did shot another pistol, but I never owned another pistol, so I can't really say good or bad, but I'm happy. And maybe as I get, I don't know if I'll ever buy another one. I don't buy these guns to collect them or own them or have them. I mean, I have a gun for a specific reason, and that reason is not just you know, just to fuck around and play around with this stuff. It's to protect myself, you know, and you know, protect my family, and protect my property, protect my rights. So this is what this is for, and I believe it's very integral to my way of life. So anyways, if you've seen my previous episodes on the revolver, I'll try to add that link. I have to admit, before I lived in Texas, I really thought guns were a bad thing. Now that I moved to Texas, and I don't know if you've seen my previous episodes, but I do a lot of Bitcoin trading. I would say, if anybody who trades Bitcoin, you're not really trading until you actually you're not really a Bitcoin trader until you own a gun and not only that, you own a gun, but you're able to carry and conceal your gun and take it with you everywhere. And I don't know about some other states, but I live in the great state of Texas. I take my gun to the bank. I take my gun just about everywhere I'm allowed to take it, and I don't have a problem with that at all. Wherever I go, this goes with me. No ifs, ands, or buts. And if you have a license to carry, I mean, what I really like about Texas is that if you have a carry conceal license in Texas, you basically can carry and conceal throughout, I would say, 90% of America. I mean, you can, Texas literally, and other states literally reciprocate their carry conceal laws with Texas carry and conceal laws. And so, for me to have a license basically gives me the license to majority of the states in the U.S. And that's big for me because I do travel throughout the U.S. And you when you travel and you may not know where you are, it's good to know that at least you don't have to fear anybody just because you're just a stranger in town. Not that I've had anything happen, but if I had a choice, if something happened, would I have a choice to have or not to have my handgun? I would always choose my handgun. I can never really imagine myself in a situation where I don't, or I wouldn't want to have my handgun. So it's kind of like that. I don't know what to say. It's different. I have to say it's a different way of life. It's a different way of thinking. But if you believe in the things I believe, this is normal. Or what I've come to believe, this is a way of life. This is normal for me now. I can't imagine life without my handgun. Not that I'm afraid of everything or afraid of everyone, because I lived most of my life without one. I've just come to realize that if you want to empower yourself and how can I say this? It's up to you to protect yourself. It's up to you to defend yourself. And that not only means, I don't only mean like physically, but I also mean, in every aspect of your right to live, to do things, self-preservation. No one should have to live in fear. And believe it or not, this is what gives me that power. I know it sounds strange to say that, but a gun gives me that power not to live in fear. Because I know that if anybody came at me to harm me in any way, I can defend myself. At least I have a chance to defend myself. Without this, I mean, you have no chance. You're at the mercy of others. So, anyways, that's my review. I'm not a gun expert. If the thing shoots bullets and I'm able to stop somebody from attacking me or harming me in any way, shape, or form, that's it. I mean, that's all I need. It's not necessarily the tool itself. It's how you wield the tool that makes a difference. That gives you the power. It's you. Anyways, sorry to bore you on this part. Feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, and also a video response if you want to. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye.